Hi folks, welcome to this video and this series. I'm Charles and this is me traveling from my home close to Montreal in Quebec in Canada all the way to British Columbia, to Vancouver, God willing. I'm going to be splitting this up into 5, 6, 8 episodes. Who knows? Because I'm not going to subject you to a 4-hour video. As you can see by the color of my face, I'm already halfway through this thing. This is the end of day 4. I hope you have a good time watching this, and let's get right into it. I want to thank my employer for allowing me to buy all the stuff that I use on this trip and for allowing me the time off. Nobody sent me anything. Nobody is asking me for any kind of sponsorship message or anything like that. So please don't skip like 2 minutes because we're getting right into it now.
Oh my God. Okay, this is actually going to happen. We're going to Vancouver with this. Foot on, leg all the way across. Here we go. I always mount this thing like a horse. This is, I think I'm painfully ill prepared for the awesomeness that is going to be this trip. Incredible. Trip planner, we're going to Shawville. We're going. Yeah. We're going to Shawville. Okay, here we go. So, I've locked up everything. I've prepared the house for when I'm gone. And there's nothing left to do but actually just go. So first little leg, less than 300 kilometers to Shawville, Quebec, which is north of Ottawa, Gatineau area. And there's a cute little campground there. Honestly, it hasn't hit me yet what I'm trying to do, which is ride from my house over there, close to Montreal, all the way to Vancouver-ish, British Columbia. And it's over 5,500 kilometers, and I actually, at some point, I'm going to have to backtrack to Calgary, Alberta, for my flight home, because this thing is leaving and coming home on a truck. I'm not riding it back. And I think over the weekend, like, I'm going to chronicle the trip in episodes, right? We're going to do this in steps, and as I'm hoping this drizzle is all I will receive for now. Because the trip is going to take over a week, 10 days or so to complete, I'm not going to post a 4-hour video. I'm going to break it up into sections, and this is obviously going to be a part of episode 1. And episode 1 should be a little bit like this, honestly. Like, it's rush hour now on a Friday. People are going home from work and going to their cottages from their houses. Nice, KLR, sir. Very nice. This guy is just taking his coat off. Yeah, they see all this traffic. Like, I really don't want to sit in here. But I think as I move along here, it should be fine. I'm approaching the intersection I have to take. So the plan today is to go to Shawville, which is about an hour and a half north of Gatineau, Ottawa area in Ontario. It's on the Quebec side, but just to give you a reference point, to sleep there to cut into my day tomorrow. So I only have 550 or so clicks to cover tomorrow. So that's kind of what the plan is, if I can just get out of town here. I really would I need to make a pit stop in Ottawa just really quick, and I might get a bite to eat. I'm really hoping to get to camp tonight around 8 o'clock before it gets really dark, and then I have a hard time setting up camp in the dark, of course. So hopefully I have about an hour or 45 minutes to spare in terms of light before I have to crawl into bed. All right, so we've made it to the highway. It's about a half hour after I've left you last. It's rush hour. It's almost 5. It's 4:30, so I'm trying to get out of here. We're going towards Gatineau on Highway 50. may have had the same idea as just about everybody else. Look at all these caravans. These fifth wheel trailers everywhere. I got some sun here at least, that's not bad. Okay, so we are heading into Ontario. This is, that was the bridge to Hawkesbury from Grenville, Quebec. I'm coming this way because I need to make a quick pit stop in Ottawa, our nation's capital. There's a store I need to visit, Mountain Equipment Co-op, to pick up some freeze-dried food and some dinner, actually. I might find I don't know, a chicken wrap or something in Ottawa or in Gatineau. And I don't want to have to do Gatineau in traffic because there's a lot of road works at present, and I want to avoid those. So I think this is a decent strategy to cross over here. And my GPS also seems to think so for some reason. I guess it just calculates the kilometers. Anyhow, officially in Ontario, but I'll cross back over into Quebec for the night before I cross back over into Ontario tomorrow morning. So this is a really, really popular spot with bikes, usually on the weekend. Hawkesbury. Both people from Quebec and people from Ontario seem to congregate to this area. There's a big Harley Davidson dealership around here, and a lot of bikes end up here on the weekends. It might be a bit early for that now, and with this cloud cover, I'm not sure if people felt like coming out tonight, but yeah, tomorrow should be really nice over here. I thought of having dinner here, but honestly, it's only 5 o'clock. It's a bit early, and I'll show you the campground I'm going to. Stay tuned, because it's really nice. I'll tell you about the town and how they set up this campground in a public park, but you know, there's no fire pits, there's no nothing. I don't feel like boiling water, making a freeze-dried meal there in that campground. I'm gonna have dinner in town before I head over. So yeah, let's keep trucking along here on this is, I think, Highway 4. Gonna go grab Highway 17 here in a second. One thing I forgot about Ontario, well, two things actually, as I jump on Highway 17 here, how nice the asphalt is. Like in Quebec, honestly, and anybody that reads up on this will find out pretty quickly that the whole sort of public works and construction sector in Quebec is just woefully corrupt, and it's terrible. So what happens is we end up overspending our tax dollars on lower quality workmanship and materials when it comes to road building. And in Ontario, for some reason, and this has been true for decades, this isn't recent, the asphalt is crazy nice. So it's always nice to ride when you have full confidence in where you put your front wheel, because sometimes you put your front wheel somewhere and in a turn, and you don't know, kind of, you know, if you can have confidence in the asphalt in the apex of that corner. So that's one thing. And secondly, good lord, the fuel is cheap here. Whoa, we're coming up to red. All right, so the brakes work. I had plenty of time. Yeah, the fuel here is just stupid cheap. It was a good 20-25 cents less than in Quebec. It looks like I'm going to get some sun to finish my ride. Very nice. Oh, and there's some water over there. first major city of the trip, which actually wasn't really planned. So that's good. I say major cities, it's our nation's capital, so it's not the biggest city in Canada. Not by a long shot, actually. Well, folks, I almost died just now. I knew I wanted to stay out of the big cities, and I mean, I've never been close to crashing on this thing, or indeed on any bike. I've never dropped the motorcycle. I've never done anything remotely dangerous, I feel. And in the big cities, the problem you have sometimes is you have to watch out for just these idiot drivers. So this young lady in a Honda Civic, very young, she has to have been 18, 19 tops. She just slowly leaks out of the left lane into the middle lane, and I'm in the right lane. I'm going 95. Like, I'm just, you know, potting around really slow and, you know, well around the speed limit. And there was a car in the middle lane that evidently went faster than the Honda Civic, and both of those cars were trying to both squeeze into the middle lane on my left. So I didn't hear the horn, like the Hyundai. I couldn't hear the horn to save my life. I don't know what happened there. No idea. But yeah, I'm not even wearing any earbuds or anything. I'm not wearing any ear protection. I just want to hear everything, and it's just really nuts how in a split second sometimes these things might happen. You have to keep your wits about you, you know. Act like everything out there wants to kill you. And just a side note, I mean, Ottawa is a major city. It's our federal capital. But as you can tell, I mean, it's 6 o'clock on a Friday. There isn't much going on around here. There aren't even that many cars. In Montreal, it would be packed right now, like a parking lot. So, as riding goes, this is actually not bad, and their asphalt's fine. Well, I wanted to show you Parliament building, but here's a picture. Because my view was somewhat blocked and they closed the street that it's on for some reason, so we'll have to content ourselves with Wellington. Well, onwards. Okay, so what I've done is find some Cliff Bars. I got 6, and I got 3 different brands of dehydrated meal. The great thing about these is even if I'm like really out of room everywhere else, they pack really flat, and I can just put them in here and proceed with my travels. All right, so thank you, Mountain Equipment Co-op. Now, to some of you, it could seem a little bit dumb to have gone through all this trouble just to find an outdooring store to buy these things. The reality is well, the Cliff Bars I forgot, I'll be honest, but the dehydrated meals, I have a couple, but in the bigger towns that I'll visit, there wasn't a clear choice for a store. And to go closer to home or before the trip would have been incredibly out of the way. So this was actually the easiest way of doing it, is leave home a half hour early, and then find this store. And the bridge I want to use to cross back over into Quebec, into Gatineau, is right around the corner here. So, all right, all I will ask for now is for a chicken wrap and a toilet. And after this bridge, I shall find it. Nice. And we are getting a cool breeze. Very nice. Back into Quebec for the last time. I will say that for a while. The next time, tomorrow morning, that we leave Quebec will be the last time indeed on this trip until we fly home. Okay, I am confident that here I shall find food. Yes, I see the chicken. I can see the poultry. Yes, yes. Food will be mine. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. Let us be careful here because there are imbeciles everywhere. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to back my ass into here. Yes. All right. Yes. Okay, so I've eaten. Unfortunately, the second objective was not successful. It's as if my body knows that I'm not home and therefore says, you know what? I don't think it's safe to go here. There might be a bear or a lion or something. So here's to hoping that there's a can at the Shawville campsite. And if there isn't one, I shall have to improvise. On to Route 148. We're going kind of northwest, and Shawville is 61 kilometers away, and that's our first overnight stop. I took the shades off. I don't know if that was a mistake. The sun is still up, but it's going down behind the trees there. And yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I got a good 45 minutes before I have to be concerned with daylight to set up camp. So we made good time. We made good time. I should be fine to set up camp with a few minutes daylight to spare, and then kind of sit and chill and see if there's any bugs. I don't think there'll be any bugs, honestly. It's 19 degrees right now and it's just going down fast. It was 25 a half hour ago. This nice little cool breeze is very good. I don't want to be all sweaty and clammy, you know, going to bed. The air is quite dense. It's pretty humid. Yeah, there's that sun. And oh, nice houses. And it's going to be dewy. It's going to be pretty wet in the morning. Hopefully, I'll wake up to a dry-ish tent that I won't have to pack up before leaving. And the sun's not too bad. I'll live. So it's pretty cool what they've done in Shawville. I'll show you what that looks like when I get there. Like I said, I still have a couple extra pounds of dead weight to get rid of, if you know what I mean. And I hope there's a restroom in the campground. There might not be. There might not be, but there's water. So when there's water, there's usually some sort of little privy situation. To the town of Shawville here, and I'll be a little bit honest, I think I'm cutting it just a little bit close. I'll show you the park here where we're going to be camping. I got about 20 minutes of daylight left here, and I plan on making the most of it. So there's a sign for the hospital, and then we turn right. There is the regional hospital is here. So this is a sizable kind of little town. And I have to turn right here. I kind of almost missed that. Anyhow, this is the town of Shawville, and up here is a park where they let you camp. It's called Mill Dam Park. There should be people. All right, well, here's what happened. The camera cut out just as I was pulling in to tell you about this campground. I will show you more tomorrow morning because I had to hurry up and set up the tent in the dark just before the dew came down and was about to ruin my evening. It's a lot nicer inside and it's a lot drier than out there. It's a fantastic place, this. So let me tell you about it tomorrow morning. Now I'm just gonna kick back. It's 9:45, maybe watch a movie, and I will report back tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's 7 a.m. I slept some. It was more of a learning night. It got kind of cold, but my sleeping bag and my liner did a really good job. I could have probably covered my head with a bit of a hat, which I have, which is on the motorcycle. So anyways, I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because there's people around and it's a little bit early, but I'm gonna slowly get up and make some coffee, and I gotta pee. We've done some stuff a little bit this morning before leaving. This is a fantastic site. I will be back, and yes, these are bathrooms. I was able to achieve success with my secondary objective, which was to take a massive poo, and we've done it. We have done it. We are going to Sudbury, Ontario. Very excited. It is extremely humid today, this morning. Hopefully the sun comes out and helps out with that a little bit, because it's very humid. Anyhow, we slept a little bit. I may have slept 3 or 4 hours. It's a learning curve, the sleeping while you're camping thing. Every time I go out, I have to think of a new and exciting sleeping position to get in so that I remain somewhat comfortable. It's not always very easy. So this is the little town of Shawville. Check it out. I'm told the campsite was on iOverlander. It's an app, and I also believe it's a website. Go check that out. I think it's on there. I was just looking for some place to camp in a town somewhere, and I just happened to fall onto this website for the city hall of this town, and that's how I found it. So it's 9:15 a.m. I only have about 517 kilometers today, so the plan is to, with breaks and stuff, get there for about 5:30 or 6 p.m. So I have plenty of time for a nice shower, a burger, a beer, and a cigar this evening. Okay. We are coming up to the provincial crossing here in Portage du Fort in Quebec. I think this morning I may have spoken French for the last time in a couple of weeks. We'll see. Is this some sort of dam? I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it is. It looks like it is. Some sort of dam. It doesn't look like it generates power though. It also serves as a provincial border. A couple of islands to cross. Now this looks like a power station. Yeah, we're going to be driving on top of the dam and a power station. that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, here we go, look. Now you can't because there's a wall, but you can look this way. That's nice. They still let some water through, of course. Yep, that is N Power Station. Ontario, good morning. And hello, we're going to be spending the next 3 days together. It is that vast. Okay, so the main plan and the main attraction for today is to take Highway 60, which this is coming up, which goes through Algonquin Park, which should be, according to all sources, a fantastic riding road. So I'm very much looking forward to that after I stop for some fuel. I am looking for fuel rather unsuccessfully. If I were looking for food, I'd be fine. Or a bank. Oh well. Or is that the fuel? No, that's the liquor. It's quite nice up here. Flawless asphalt. Some lakes. We are still southeast of Algonquin Park, but it's very nice. This is my kind of thing right here. I'd rather cruise and be comfortable than be fast. I'm still doing 95, 96, so we're good. It's just there's not much wind. I just have to be cognizant of the fact that there might be some fauna. It's still morning, there might be deer or whatever, but apart from all of that, it's fantastic. Still looking for fuel, but I could really afford to be picky. I got about 200 kilometers left in range. I'm just looking to fuel up, so I have 450 right now to Sudbury, so I know I won't have to stop until I get to the big town if I fuel up before I get there. So. A Chinese restaurant. Nice. So the refueling operation has been successful. I now have a full range. I'm going to make it to Sudbury without having to refuel, and I wanted to stop for a little bit of a bite to eat and maybe a restroom stop, but no point in stopping at Tim Hortons as we cross Carson Lake here and Trout Lake. Apparently they're not connected. Because it would take about 4 hours to get a bagel at Tim Hortons. It's the world we live in. Nothing they can do about it, of course, apart from paying their employees $35 an hour so that people would actually want to work there. So we are approaching the town of Whitney, Ontario. This is the last town before I jump into Algonquin Park, which should be the event of the day. I expect the road to be very good. It's been good so far, honestly. Not a lot of big, tight curves, just, you know, stuff like this. I don't mind. It would be awesome if I found some food so that after this point I could just kind of concentrate on giving her. And all the way to Sudbury. So this looks halfway promising. There's a liquor store. Please let there be a pub. Please let there be a pub. That red roof thing looks interesting. Let's go take a look. Oh, there's a restaurant here at the gas station. Oh, that's a gift shop. Okay, I'm not doing that. Maybe there's a burger here. Lunch bar. Algonquin Lunch Bar. Okay. Well, there's people and they are eating, so Welcome to Algonquin Park. This is the East Gate and information booth. Apparently, I have to look out for moose around here. I shall do that. If I see one, though, I'll try to capture it for you. Well, so far we have some nice curvy roads. I put the motorcycle in Dynamic Pro to take advantage of the really awesome moose sightings. No, to take advantage of the really awesome handling, throttle response, and suspension. And the asphalt lends itself to this here, because at home in Quebec, the problem I have is obviously the asphalt is terrible. So you need it in road mode for the suspension to be soft enough to remain comfortable. This is kind of moose territory. No moose yet. We're not that deep into the park, honestly. A lot of people. I don't think there are any passing lanes. I haven't seen a dotted yellow yet. Verdict. I mean, mainly the asphalt is impeccable and beyond reproach. You can just put your wheel where you want, and you can have confidence that you'll come out of it. There's no hole, there's no crack, there's no bump, there's no nothing. There's a few here, but ultimately, just none of that. It's not comparable to home at all. Secondly, and this is probably just because it's a beautiful August Saturday afternoon, there's just a lot of this going on. So I'm doing the speed limit, like I'm just following traffic. I'm not slow, but I can't exactly, not that I would do so in a dangerous way, but kind of put the hammer down and take one of these curves, for example, at a decent lick, to kind of get the feel for what the bike can do with decent road surface conditions. See, the next passing isn't 10 kilometers. Like, you can just kind of tell that I'm kind of stuck behind these guys, and it is what it is. And again, I'm not just going stupid fast just to go stupid fast. I want clean air, and I want to be able to take these corners the way I would like, because they're nice corners. So, you know, why not? See, the asphalt is nice. I can just kind of, you know, get after it a little bit. But for most of that park, I couldn't do it. So that's my verdict on Algonquin Park. Just a lot of this, gentlemen, lady, maybe, yeah. Hello. Have fun buying all these cars, and see you later. We're entering the town of Huntsville, Ontario right now. We're going to be turning off Highway 60 to grab Muskoka Road 3. It says south, but we're going to use it to reach the Trans-Canada Highway on the west side, so that we can go through Parry Sound on our way to Sudbury. I'd also have the choice to grab the 11 to North Bay and then take a left to Sudbury. I don't want to do that. I'd like to be closer to the lakes on the west side. So that's what we're going to do. I might put her back to road mode here. Just give me the lower suspension setting a little bit and softer suspension. Now Huntsville is a decent sized town. Like, I saw a Pizza Hut just now, and there's some hotels and some traffic lights, as you can tell, and we got McDonald's coming up and things of that nature, so I'm very excited. I don't have to fuel up here, so we're not going to stop. I'd like to see if we can make it to Parry Sound before having to take a bit of a bathroom break. Here we go, left. All right. This is a cool town. We got some stuff hip and happening. Look at this main street. Like, this is pretty cool. I didn't expect to find this here. I have never been to northern and western Ontario. Flew over it, but that's about it. Look at this. This has a young person kind of hipster vibe to it a little bit. Reminds me of Magog in the eastern townships close to Sherbrooke in Quebec. A little bit. You got pedestrians everywhere. Little shops, little cafes and gastropubs and whatever else. Yeah, that was cool. Little Main Street action. This is Route 3, Muskoka Road 3. It's a very, I guess, road less traveled, like I said. There's not much going on. I don't expect it to be very eventful. You got all these great big pines on either side of the road, and the temperature has dropped off drastically. It's like 4 or 5 degrees lower than in Huntsville, which makes sense, but it's nice. This should take us to the Trans-Canada on the other side. You know what, guys? I'm really surprised. I'm really enjoying this road. Muskoka Road 3, maybe a hidden gem. And again, I know I'm rambling on and on about this, but I can't begin to tell you how much nicer it is to ride while having a lot of confidence in the quality of the road surface. Like, you just put this bike in Dynamic Pro. I just wish I could pass this guy, but you put it in Dynamic Pro and you just lean into it, and you don't have to worry about what your front wheel might hit. I know it's not perfect, and I know a lot of people that might live around these areas might say that it's an old kind of beat up road, but compared to the roads at home, this feels like a racetrack. And the first quarter of that road back through starting at Huntsville was a bit kind of older, and the surface wasn't as new as this one, and it was straighter and a bit more boring. But since then, you're getting close to the Muskoka Lakes area, and it's fantastic. I wish I had a dotted yellow so I could pass this guy. Maybe he'll kind of understand that there's some nice curves coming up. Come on, let me pass. Come on. This guy's all over the place. Has he been drinking? If he would only slow down. That was the end of the very nice curves according to the GPS. You kind of see what I mean about this road being a little bit surprising. Check it out if you want. Muskoka Road 3, west of Huntsville. Okay, we're about to join the highway. This is the Trans-Canada. This is, I think, number 400. And I think for the next few days, at least, our days of looking for the best road or planning on the GPS and things like that are pretty much over, because until we get to Calgary in the next week or so, we're going to be on the Trans-Canada, or at least some length of it, some section. So I have 180 kilometers to go. I don't think I'll stop in Parry Sound. I feel good. I don't need a bathroom break or anything. I just kind of want to get to the hotel, stop at the beer store, get a couple of beers, relax, have a shower, let my batteries recharge, and I think there's a Five Guys pretty much across the street from the hotel, and I can grab a nice burger for dinner, and then decompress and head to bed kind of early. So I'll be there at 4:45, 4:30, something like that. So I I think I'm just going to put her on cruise control and kind of just let things happen. I have located the beer. It is right next to the hotel, exactly where I thought the last ditch option was. You better not be shut or I will throw a fit. Yes. All right. Let's park right out front. A lot of French going on around here. I don't know if this is an actual thing or if this is just a Northern Ontario type situation. All right. Ah, yes. Let's get the beer. Okay, folks, now since I have located my beer, I think I'm going to end this segment, this episode here. Tomorrow, I will be recording my day ride to Nice Provincial Park, which is on Lake Superior. Some 700 clicks away. It's gonna... some 700 clicks away. It's gonna be a long day, but now all that's left is to check into the hotel, have a shower, find some food. I don't think I'll be pressed for options here. There's a Five Guys, there's a Madison, there's a... I'm gonna try not to... yo, start. Hey! Look with your f***ing eyes. I saw her coming. I was like, yeah. So guys, thanks for watching. Do like, subscribe, and I will see you when I post whatever I record tomorrow. Cheers.